Hello friends, Sara Gaston here, and listen, today I would like to talk to you about cold reading. Boy, this is just a bugbear, as some people might say. I don't know where those people are, but some people might say that. Anyway, cold reading is something that I feel is really misunderstood, and I talk to students about it over and over, and I highly recommend that everyone, everywhere, if you are an actor, practice cold reading every single day. The reason is because you're going to be cold reading for the rest of your natural born life, and the more skillful you are at it, the better chance you have of getting moved up the food chain of being an actor. So what cold reading basically means is you're working with a script that you have not had time to prepare into a full performance. So one of the ways you can practice cold reading is to, in fact, go to the internet. I know, imagine that. Google scripts. I know, who knew you could do such a thing? Download scripts and then just print them and read them. In fact, the more you read scripts, the more you will understand how to read scripts. It's something I see actors struggle with all the time. They don't know how to read a script, so they just don't even realize it's full of little Easter eggs. The writer has given you so much information, but if you don't read scripts all the time, you don't know how to find that information. The other thing that happens a lot with cold reading is that people spend their entire time with their eyes down in the script. Here's an example. Are you ready, reader?
I'm ready.
She'll probably dress up.
Are you competing?
Competing with who?
Claire, honey, we're talking about Claire. Are you competing with Claire?
For what?
What women compete for, I guess. Do you think he's attractive?
Who?
The husband.
Okay, so do you see what I did there? You never saw my eyes. You don't know what I'm thinking. You don't know how I feel about what the other person is saying. All you know is that I'm really good at reading from the page. Yay! Unfortunately, that does not a good actor or a good audition make. So, a little tip. What you can do is you can, first of all, you can look down, quickly memorize your line, look up and say it to the other person, and guess what? You can keep listening to the other person while they're talking. Unfortunately, what a lot of actors do is they're so worried about missing their line that they spend their whole time in their script and they never ever connect with their scene partner. So I want to show you a different way this scene could go. Reader, if you could sit up just a little bit, that would be great. She'll probably dress up.
Are you competing?
Competing with who?
Claire, honey, we're talking about Claire. Are you competing with Claire?
For what?
What women compete for, I guess. Do you think he's attractive?
Who?
The husband.
Okay, so I'm not saying that was the best acting you've ever seen, but if you notice that time, I was actually looking at my partner. I was actually listening to what he was saying, and I wasn't spending the whole time with my eyes down in the script. And the reason I can do that pretty easily is because I've practiced an awful lot, okay? So, just a recap. Read scripts every week. Download them from the internet. It doesn't even matter if it's a script you particularly like or a role you would particularly play. Download Pulp Fiction and cold read all the roles. It doesn't even matter, but I want you to practice that technique of looking down, lifting up your eyes when you're talking. Another technique, if you have a really long speech, look up at the end of the line or at the end of the speech. Often that's where the power words are, right? They're rarely at the beginning of a sentence if you don't think you can get through that whole sentence. But the more you can get your eyes up, the better. Lastly, don't practice in front of a mirror. It's completely artificial and it won't help you. If you want to look at something, get a stuffed animal and put it on a shelf at eye level and talk to your stuffed animal, or a picture of Russell Brand. I mean, I'm not saying I do that, at 11 o'clock at night all alone with a glass of wine, but it could happen. Who can say? Anyway, I hope that was helpful for you. As always, if you like us, you please share with friends. You can like us on YouTube. You can you can actually subscribe to our channel. And as always, break a leg out there. Oh, hello, Russell. Fancy meeting you here. Shall we go over the scene together?